Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we have the 4 True Tempest going up against the Pony Timbers, and I cannot wait for this because as you can see on screen right now, we can confirm that Salamence and Garchomp will be in the first 2 Pokemon. They will be going head to head, these 2 pseudo legendaries. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the flying types or will it be the ground types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And as I said, both pseudo legendaries will be in this matchup as Garchomp and Mudsdale start out for the Pony Timbers. It'll be Salamence and Decidueye in its Hisuian form starting out for the 4 True Tempest, being the terrestrializing Pokemon. Decidueye will shed its grass fighting type and shedding that 4 times weakness to flying, and instead it is now a flying type Pokemon. I am so excited to see these 2 pseudo legendaries. Let's see if they can bring it. Garchomp immediately with the corrosive gas is going to corrode every Pokemon's Leopard Berry bar its own, which could have a huge play if Pokemon stay in this matchup for too long. But a lick from Salamence immediately going to its fellow pseudo legendary, and Decidueye following up with the Shadow Force. It will vanish from the field instantly, more like something you would see from its Alolan counterpart, as that Vacuum Wave isn't very effective on Salamence. Garchomp going with the Leaf Blade, also not very effective, but they are trying to chip away at the pseudo legendary here as Salamence with the Tail Whipper looking to lower those defenses of both Mudsdale and Garchomp, keeping in mind that Mudsdale has that 100 base defense. But here's the Shadow Force onto Garchomp from the Decidueye, a fantastic hit. Mudsdale going for the Glaive Rush though onto Salamence, and that quad super effective damage. Salamence is eliminated from this match already as Talonflame comes out and immediately with the Magnet Rise is going to levitate due to the electromagnetism, but it's already flying, so it's already above the ground, and that Bulldoze will not affect either of the flying type Pokemon, but it will do damage to Mudsdale, huge damage in fact, which will lower the speed of Mudsdale, but it activates that stamina ability, boosting that defense that we were talking about before, as a Meteor Beam is being set up by Decidueye, continuing to go for those 2-turn moves here. It is going to boost its special attack in the process, as Mudsdale with the Eerie spell here, going for Talonflame there, gets in a good hit from that move, and it will reduce its moves by 3 PP with that. And a Future Sight is set up by Talonflame, focusing in on Garchomp here. Garchomp though looking to respond with the Morning Sun. It is going to restore its health that it desperately needs back, as Decidueye with the Meteor Beam could eliminate Mudsdale here, but Mudsdale is able to hold on after that not very effective attack, getting another defense boost, but it is an easy target now as it goes for a Cross Chop, which is going to be avoided by Talonflame. Talonflame could finish off Mudsdale now, going for the Fire Pledge, and gets the job done. Mudsdale unable to get those huge defense boosts that it always has the capability of getting, only getting in 2 here today, as Garchomp boosting its own defense and special defense with the Cosmic Power. And Decidueye with the Spin Out, it's going to lower its speed here, but gets in a good hit there onto Garchomp. But Decidueye does lower its speed in the process, and out comes Crocodile. Can it have a repeat of what it did last round? Immediately being hit with a not very effective Accelerac from Talonflame. Crocodile has the potential for a huge showing as the triple arrows onto Talonflame. Not very effective from Garchomp. Does have its defense lowered though. I don't think Decidueye liked seeing that move, as an Aqua Tail is avoided by Decidueye from Crocodile. Decidueye going for the Meteor Mash, but Crocodile avoids that attack. Garchomp's going to take the Future Sight though. Garchomp's still in this match. Good thing it restored its health, as the Bubble Beam from Talonflame super effective there onto Crocodile. And Garchomp going for the growth here. It's going to boost its attack, that 130 base attack in fact, and its special attack as well, as Crocodile going for a growth of its own. Crocodile with its 117 base attack, these 2 very physical Pokemon, 2 very physical sides, as an Inferno onto Crocodile, and Decidueye has gotten the elimination with that move. Very impressive there by the flying type Decidueye, as Talonflame's electromagnetism does wear off, and Sandaconda now comes out for the Pony Timbers, as Talonflame immediately goes for the Scald. Super effective, huge damage to Sandaconda. Garchomp looking to respond for its side with the Shadow Punch, and Talonflame is eliminated with that hit. Garchomp bringing it for the Pony Timbers here today, as a bit of Malice onto Decidueye, and Decidueye just took its first damage of the matchup, having its attacks that lowered as well, but it is going to respond with the heavy slam, which Sandaconda greatly just tanked. Wow, as Flamigo comes out with that co-star ability, copying Decidueye's stat changes. There has been a few so far, as that Sand Tomb will be avoided by Decidueye because it is immune to it. Now there is a flying type, as the Smart Strike onto Flamigo from Sandaconda, getting a good hit in there, as the Poison Gas from Flamigo is going to poison both Sandaconda and Garchomp. This is actually a really good play. They both will be taking passive damage, keeping in mind Sandaconda does have that Shed Skin ability, as Garchomp is hit by the Expanding Force. I went to say something about it being poisoned, but it doesn't matter because it has been eliminated by Decidueye with that Expanding Force. Sandaconda's Shed Skin is activated, so it is cured of its paralysis, and out comes the Dunsparce, the terrestrializing Pokemon for the Pony Timbers. It's now going to become a ground type Pokemon, gaining that immunity to electric type attacks. It's going to lose its immunity to ghost type moves, in fact, though. Sandaconda now going for the Endeavor, concentrating on Flamigo, gets a fantastic hit there as well. The Dunsparce looking to follow it up with the Inferno. Decidueye, though, does avoid that attack. And who would have thought that the ground type Pokemon are quicker on the field at the moment, but it doesn't matter for Sandaconda because that Grass Knot from Flamigo has eliminated it. That super effective move takes it out, and we get the burn up from Decidueye, but it does fail. And now out comes Donphan as the last Pokemon for the Pony Timbers. The Dunsparce with the Esper Wing eliminates Flamigo with that super effective move. This back and forth match, and the Dunsparce has just boosted its speed on the field as well. Donphan looking to follow it up with the Bug Buzz. Not very effective there onto Decidueye. Now Decidueye responding with the Poison Fang onto the Dunsparce. Not very effective. The Dunsparce heavily tanks that hit, but it is left badly poisoned. So it's going to be taking damage that will get progressively worse throughout this matchup, which is great for the Fortree Tempest as they send out the Iron Jugulus, who immediately goes for the Strength Sap onto the Dunsparce, who has that 100 base attack that does get lowered. Iron Jugulus would restore its health if it had lost any, as we get a Stomp onto Decidueye from the Dunsparce, followed up by Donphan going for the Teeter Dance. This is going to confuse everybody on the field, including its teammate Dunsparce. Now remember, Decidueye has been in this matchup since the very beginning as well. It is having a great showing. I do wonder though if it will be able to last till the end. It has been getting more and more fatigued, and it has just flinched as well from that stomp that it did receive to Dunsparce, being hurt by its poisoning. And Iron Jugulus needs to shake off this confusion here, and it is successful, going for the Fury Swipes onto the Dunsparce. It will want to get all 5 of these hits. It's got 2. It's got 3. It's got 4. It needs 1 more, and it gets the 5th connection for that 5-time hit. Fantastic there by Iron Jugulus. The Dunsparce now having to shake off its confusion here, and it is unsuccessful, doing a little bit of chip damage to itself. Donphan surely did not want that to happen, as it goes for the Foul Stinger onto the Decidueye. Yet again, another not very effective move here onto the Hisuian starter Pokemon, as the Decidueye also is in a confused state, and it will do damage to itself as well, as the Dunsparce continuing to take damage from that poisoning that it received from Decidueye. Iron Jugulus is snapped out of its confusion now, and it's going to go for the Spatial Rend, going for Donphan. Gets a great hit in there. It will have to recharge on the next turn, but the Dunsparce is also snapped out of its confusion, going for the Wish. Surely will want that Wish to come through very soon, because that poisoning could potentially eliminate it, as Donphan sets up spikes on the side of the Fortree Tempest. They will not care because they are flying types. They will not land in those spikes. And the last confused Pokemon, Decidueye, has snapped out of it as well and goes for the Steel Wing onto Donphan, who tanks that hit. And there's the Dunsparce being eliminated by its poisoning. Its Wish will not come true because it is not in the matchup long enough for it to take place. Donphan is all by itself, as a rollout from Iron Jugulus. Not very effective on Donphan, but that move will get progressively stronger, as a Blizzard from Donphan is avoided by Decidueye, but connects with Iron Jugulus for some super effective damage, and Iron Jugulus is left frozen solid in midair as well. How is it staying there? But a Spore from Decidueye is going to put Donphan to sleep. It's by itself. It's got 3 flying type Pokemon to contend with, and the Iron Jugular is frozen solid at the moment, so it's unable to do anything. Donphan still fast asleep. Decidueye could capitalize here and get the elimination, and it goes for the Ice Spinner, and this will finish the job with that super effective hit. The Fortree Tempest have come away with the victory here today. Decidueye lasting from start to finish. A fantastic showing here by the flying types. And this will move them up to 6th place on the leaderboard, whereas the Timbers will drop out of the Leaders 8 into 13th place, which is unfortunate for them. See if they can do better next round against the Spike and the Sway Grunts, whereas the Tempest will be going up against the Striaton Greens. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on build. But more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.